Okay, we're back. So this kind of worried about this because it's pretty. What I'm gonna do is merge all these tools together. Uh, do Dynamesh. Take off polygroup, and it's gonna be one. Well, not take off group, but it's gonna try to keep groups, and that way, when I slice off his hand or arm, it will be a nice cleaner slice, like I've done with Dynamesh before. And then I'll go into Z plugin, do decimation, so it'll process it and then keep the detail, but the poly count will be significantly lower. That way, when I export the OBJ file or my key into the program to print, um, it won't crash. It won't go, oh my god, there's like 20 million polys. I mean, it might be able to render it, but I take the risks, right? Also, there was a plan I had in mind with the turtles. Like, so the smaller version, you can print them in separate pieces and print it together, glue it together, right? But what I want with the uh, bigger variety or category is to have magnets in between the joints, so you don't have to glue. You just stick on the magnet, and then if you have to transport them around, you just take off the arm, detach the magnet, and away you go. So that way, there's less chance of it breaking. That's my thought process when making the larger one. But I haven't got to that stage yet, and that's a tricky. Because I got magnets, I got different sizes to test it out, but we'll just see. Um, Also, because how the meshes are interacting with each other, I will have to slice uh, his foot or imprint his foot onto his platform, just so make sure he stands correctly. The distance I have, maybe I could change it a little bit. Goes, take off this one. Yeah, effective. Oh, see, completely not in the right place. Now I'm just eyeballing it. Nothing really technical. I mean, I'm sure there's measurements and stuff like that I can do. Um, not my style. Uh, not my work process. Oh, because I don't know how to do it. Basically, what it boils down to. um, like there's like oh, there's transpose, right? And it's like, oh, from this distance to this distance, it's about 2.3 units. I mean, you can probably like get scripts to tell you the centimeters and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know how that part works. Uh, so, mm, alright, so let's duplicate this platform. So, save this one. For this, I probably only need Mikey. So duplicate this, and the platform I want to uh, have the indent is actually going to be on top. So subdivide this. Yeah, right. Dynamesh. Oh, oh, I have to Dynamesh this one anyway. Dynamesh this. Alright, let's crank it up. Let's crank it up, crank it up, crank it up. There should be like a million plus polys. There we go. Do the same for this. Um, bit hidden because I only really need the bottom part. Top part is kind of extra. Do this. Move this down. Make sure these guys are not affected. This subdivision. Put render boolean. Boom. Oh my god. So laggy. Oh, look at that. His foot is indented. Oh, it's not actually that much. So I do this. Alright, let's turn off. Well, quite a lot of the shoe. Hmm. Oh my god, chugging. Machine's struggling. Okay, that should be enough. It's very like Pacific though. Because I've had occasions where the resin, when it cures, the material kind of expands sometimes, and so the connection is not like one to one. There's a little way tighter interaction between the two pieces. Okay, well let's just try it anyway, because it's still a test. Go. Do this. Do its thing. The brush is really like, oh my god, so much. Like even on this side, right? It's not really connecting. I have to do that again. Okay, yeah, let's just do it again. Oh, come on, ZBrush. Yes, survived. Okay, that's a kind of better indentation. It's mostly to the edge, right? There's like the other turtles, they were inside, so it's a bit more easy, I would say. Okay, so that platform and merge down. I hope I'm not like deleting. Let's do auto polygroups. How smart it does that. Very smart. Okay. This is where my machine really tested. Resolution 2096. That's not so bad. So I had this like interaction where like the meshes would like tessellate or uh cause these interaction. On the print it's fine. Um trying to understand how all the meshes are interacting with each other. Because all I really want is the outside. Whatever's on the outside, I can keep. But anything that's like interacting with each other weirdly, don't need it. So like, yeah, this shell and how it's interacting with the body. There's a there's a there's a gap. I thought I got that cleaned. That's not. See, this is a nicer Dynamesh. Mine's visible. There. Crank it up. Dynamesh. Bit of lasso. Seems better. This one. Oh, this is the backpack strap. This something. What is this? Ah, it seems okay. So earlier there was like almost a very noticeable like intersecting crosses inside the mesh. I want to make it as hollow as possible. His head's gonna be a bit weird, isn't he? Yeah, yeah. So something like this, right? Where it's almost completely hollow. There's a few parts that intersect. But it should be okay. Too major. All right. So what do I want to do next? What do I have to do next? I have to slice off his arm. So I do lasso. Now, so this is the thing with low poly modeling as well, where when you do the textures, you want the seam line to be kind of hidden away, right? So a lot of people would do it underneath, or with like natural connection. For example, if you did the jeans, right? You did the side, you do the seam line right at the edge of where the trousers would uh, be sewn together. And it just allows for texturing to be easier. And I kind of want to do that with Mikey, where the line's not as noticeable from afar, but definitely going to be easier for people to um, connect the arm to. I guess here would be okay. Oh, because of like how dense the model is, the mask line is extremely smooth. Um, actually, let's do it here. Not a bad place to connect Mikey's hand. I could do it a little bit more, just so there's more surface area for the hand to. I also found there's like distinct areas where the arm only fits in that angle as well. I don't want like people, oh, if I put Mikey's hand upside down, it'll fit the same as compared to where its original correct position would be. So I'll Control W, mask that off. Oh, yep. Um, and then his bandana needs to be split. So I generally split it from here. Unmask that. That off. And I've said before that this is kind of the only two places where Mikey needs to be sliced, really. Like that. That'd be one mesh. Oh, tricky. What is this? Oh, it's a rendering. Oh no, something in here. Can I get away with that? Be sure, but we'll probably clean it later. I just want to get Mikey roughly sliced, so I can print him. So to do, let's put Mikey here and just move him. Oh my god! Whoops. So I did split, hidden. That's separate, and then do this, split, hidden. Alright, so now they're separate tools, right? And then put Mikey on top, arm second, headband can be at the bottom. This was kind of, I don't know if you noticed this when I was showing Raphael as well. He kind of had the same treatment. I'll do this, move it out. Actually, before I do that, back. So close holes. Do this, close holes. Ooh, I feel like because it took so long, we might be considering other holes that I just didn't see. Well, let's have a look. Seems okay. So now, yeah, there's this distinct section. Now, I found if you glue it like this, it can work. There's a lot more surface area for the print itself to be really good. But I need to make the holes for future projects where the magnets will go into the mesh. So to do that, I have been using just a cylinder. People use like pegs, like a square peg or a triangle. Some people use multiple pegs and orientate it in a certain way so the arm only goes in that area. But I found before, with my resin anyway, when it cures it expands, right? A little bit, just a smidge, so it's not a perfect fit. Maybe later down the line, maybe some factory or some like I don't know, high tech machinery can do inkjet molding, and then it'll be more precise. But in this case, I don't have that machine. I'm gonna do it this way. Let's take off perspective mode. It's not needed. Okay. So then I got this, divided it a couple of times, made it straight, and then just put it into position. So just duplicate one, with this for the arm, this one for the headband, do the arm for this. And like I said before, lucky Mikey only has two parts that needs cutting, right? So there's less work, but because of his elements, I feel like after seeing it, um, still still an issue. Now, oh yeah, I forgot this step. Been a while since I prepped him for modeling. So there's these hard edges, right? Um, kind of shows a lot of places interacting. Well, anyway, just a test, just a test. I got remember it's not final yet. What I do is just a general polish. Oh, yeah, a general polish up by one. It doesn't seem like it much, but it does polish it and make it smooth a little bit. So let's put him back. Add the polish. Not too much because it seems to take away detail I don't want. And do it for the headband. Ooh. Then close the hole. Put it back. Close hole. Polish. Move out of the way. From my memory, was like roughly this type of. Now, how I've had the hand angled might not actually connect very well. So I'm gonna put this in subdivision mode, right? So we'll see what I'm slicing. Distance seems okay. That seems to be the correct angle now. Then I'm gonna hide Mikey. Put this back, and that seems to be okay. The wireframe on, and I place it in the middle. Okay, so that seems good. Now this is decimated fine, so duplicate this one. Duplicate this. So I'm gonna have to make one for each. I'm gonna slice. So we need double Mikey. That's fine. So I'll do this. That. Yep. Mikey is mesh. Oh no. Oh no. Too much. One piece I overlooked. Alright, let's make him a little bit smaller. Let's move it down. My key. Put this in subtract mode. Rid of this my key. And a mesh. Merge down. Seems still worked. There we go. Now we have little socket. And I tend to find that if you put the glue in here, it also helps connect to inside as well. So you put the glue on the outside and a little bit of blob and a little drop inside. It does kind of hold. I mean, it's super glue. It's pretty strong stuff. Overall, does work. So let's just name this Mikey's body 1, and this hasn't been sliced, and this has. And this will be, yep. So we dynamesh that, that's fine. And we merge down and click and drag with control, and it will slice out. Boom. Quite clean. And so these two are good. So let's put these two together. And this is the spare. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same. I kind of did this one by one, just to show you the process. But I will put this and the other peg in the same subtool and just do the whole process together. I wanted to show the process. So yeah. So I do that. Actually, I won't do the peg for this one. So what happens in the program, the 3D printing program, is that you can drill a hole into your mesh if you've created a border or a shell inside. So I use that to allow any excess resin to drip out and let air go in and then push the resin out. Because I had the experience where there was no air holes for all the resins to come out cleanly, and the model just exploded because there was so much air pressure building up because of the resin itself, and my dragon exploded. And I was like, oh my god, why is there resin all over my coffee table? But yeah, that happened. So drill a hole, make sure all the resin's out if you ever plan to do this. Yeah, but the hole will essentially go here, and then all the resin drips out. So that's that. So this peg, I can just put it here. Then we go back to this scene, and we get our platform that we've already indented. This one. Okay. If I select this, yeah, this is the one. So then we put this into the scene. Oh. And this one, platform test. Put it. Okay. So now Mikey's all sliced and ready to put into the machine. But now, does that seriously say 16 million polys? Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, from afar, there's a line there. You can barely see it, right? When you zoom in, you can definitely see it. When you zoom in, you can definitely see it. But when you glue it together and connect the two pieces, it works quite well. Let me just move this. But yeah, anyway. So you're saying like, oh my god, it's 16 million polys. How is it gonna um how is it gonna be stable? So what I would do, there's that merge. Merge visible again. So only 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces should be showing. Right? Go. 4 separate pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. And go Z plugin. So this is depending on how much. Oh, 11 million, still pretty high. ZBrush does this decimation. Oh, I can't show you. Where it keeps the detail, like I said before, but it reduces the poly count drastically. So it just needs to process, read all the information that's available to it at the moment. Depending on how long this takes, I might pause the video and then come back. But I'm just gonna keep this going. I might just edit it in the video later. But yeah. But yeah, hopefully he prints out okay. Now I also have to keep in mind of which angle I want him to be printed. In some cases, if you have the model facing away from the print plate, that's where all the details show, right? But then all the pieces that are facing towards the plate, that's going to be supported, and so there's a fine balance. Now, this is probably going to be quite a messy print. As I can see right now, this hand here is going to give me a little bit of trouble maybe. I mean, it could print okay, like, I don't know. But what it do is processing, and away we go. So, yeah, 50%. Oh. So it's gonna probably. So I set it to reduce to 20% of 12 million. So about 5,000 polys total. Pretty good. I mean, 11 million to 5 million, 5,000. I mean, I could be completely wrong. Math. Hmm. Ah. What a project, huh? Gotta do all this, and later down the line, when I do Donatello from the beginning, from the ground up, you'll definitely see what I've done already with Michael. But you get to see the really messy designing process that I go through. It's quite fun. I like it. I'm pushing, pulling all these angles just to get something I like. Donatello, he's a much thinner, much taller and thinner tail. It's a long neck, something like that. Um, so he's gonna be a very unique character, especially with his a stick, right? That's gonna be a print in itself. I might have to print that separately and see if I can just slot it in to his hand grip. Um, but that's the experiment later. So it's done its processing. So I'll do uh just decimate. Yeah, that's the word. Decimate. So percent of the decimation 20%. Oh, 200k polys. Okay, something like that. So it's already done its process. If I just clicked on decimate current, it'll do the process and then decimate. It's the same process, but I just like doing it one by one, so it doesn't have too much of a job to do. Oh, see, look how fast that is. Oh, 2 million. Hmm. I thought I did miss a step. Oh, what did I do? Oh my god. Ugh. Okay. That's pretty drastic thing I did. So I'm just gonna quickly do this. Alright, so if that's the case, I'm gonna redo processing and then get back to my stage. Be right back. Alright. So what happened earlier is that because it was all in one subtool, I think I just forgot to have it all separated. I think that was a step. Generally, because then it just like made its polygroup. I think I could have, if I just pressed polygroup, it would have done the same thing. But I prematurely pressed the split group split, and because some areas were already had their own separate polygroups, uh, it just made a mess. Just made a mess, and do this as quickly as I can. So 11 million to 2 million. I think the program can handle that. Please, I won't stay standard, but hmm. Oh, let me show you the test I did for. Oh my god, they're so tiny. So I thought like, oh, 20 millimeters. That's a good size, right? Oh my god, how can I show this? That's Raphael, right? I really don't want to drop him because it's really fragile. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this machine itself prints really well for even small objects. And mind you, the arms and everything that was separated, and I just glued it together, right? And it printed quite well. Yeah. Oh, that's Leonardo, but super tiny. I know, like size comparison, right? Oh no. Yeah, gotta be very delicate with that. What? They are super tiny. So I thought, oh, okay, 22 millimeters. That's okay size, right? 4 hour print, whatever. I don't know, like an hour and a half, maybe less. And it came out. I was like, oh my god, this print just failed. Nothing's there. And then I cleaned it up, and I was like, oh my god, they're so tiny. I mean, I printed them one by one as I was doing it. But I'm gonna do one for Mikey, regardless, because I think that's super cute. To have like 20 millimeter versions and the larger ones I showed you before in my vlog, which is 50 millimeters. Um, if they break, they break. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, I want to get the two. So if that is the case, I'm gonna try to print it off on one print. So do a 21 and then a 50 millimeter meter one. Is the brush crash because okay. Run and decimate all. Should be pretty fast because it already did its processing. Oh yeah. Okay. Hey, not so bad. See, all the polys and everything completely changed. Oh yeah, I should check. I don't really want to check because like I don't think my heart can take it. Oh, his shoes are completely messy. But anyway, okay, that seems okay. They're all in separate tools, so I'm just gonna rename them. Just to Michael. Oh snap! Can't do cap blocks. Michael. Michel. Michael. Why can I never spell Michael properly? It never seems right. Angelo. Whatever. It is anyway. What day? Um. Put this one. Rename. Um. Michael. Angelo. Underscore. Right arm. I do find naming your objects as well as you go along. Will keep things nice and tidy so you can find what you want. Flat arm. And headband. Headband. Let's actually put that up. Doesn't matter, but it's just for my sake. So, okay. Keep it in perspective mode just to have a fancy screenshot. Okay, so Z plugin does have another plugin. God bless Z plugin. So do 20 for 3D printing. So it just exports it to the size that you want. I've done millimeters. Now export at STL. So Michael ZBrush export. Do this. Subtools as the name file. Choice number 2. Boom. Okay. And then, oh wait, I didn't name the files. So I am in my folder right now, so bear with me. Michael 20 millimeter test. A new folder. Michael 50 millimeter test. choice 2. Okay, so save this project, and I'll be right back.